Human organ trafficking, a dark and disturbing trend, is rising at an alarming rate, and Kenya has not been spared. Vulnerable citizens are increasingly being lured or abducted to supply organs for a global black market. But how deep does this crisis run, and who is truly at a risk? In this investigation, our team seeks to uncover the scope, cause, and the impact for illegal trade in Kenya. We reveal how many victims come from impoverished backgrounds, where desperation makes them easy targets. Others are kidnapped outright. The growing global demands for organs, combined with weak law enforcement, has created a perfect storm. Past reports and studies by international organizations like Amnesty International and Kenya Ministry of Health link the rise trafficking to poverty, unemployment, and medical regulation. Some findings even point to criminal network and disturbingly corrupt officials aiding to the trade. Yet despite severity of the issues, the topic remains largely undiscussed and mainstream circles. Our team hopes to change that. The investigation seeks to identify the root cause, highlights the most affected population, and recommend urgent intervention to curb this illegal practice. Using interviewees with community leaders, council members, health workers, and victims, our team also analyzed government documents, NGO publication, and investigative news report. Over a 3 month period, the investigation involved proposal writing, desk reviews, field data collection, and in-depth analysis. As the investigation continues, it calls on government agencies, law enforcers, and communities to wake up the human cost of this trade and take bold steps to end it, because no one should have to lose the part of their body to survive. Reporting for Nibs TV, I am Abigail and I.
Okay, my name is Victor Mukuria, and I'm a specialist of matters in human organ trafficking. And to answer your question of what is human organ trafficking and how does it differ from the legal organ donation, human drug trafficking is the illegal trade and sale of human organs, often involving exploitation of vulnerable individuals. And it also differs from legal and donation in that legal donation is regulated by laws and ethical guidelines, ensuring that consent is informed and voluntary. That's the first thing that you should know. And that the process is transparent in contrast. Organ trafficking typically involves coercion, deception, or financial. Typically involves coercion, where the individuals may sell the organs without fully understanding the implications. And to answer your second question in what are the main factors contributing to the rise of organ trafficking in certain regions, several factors contribute to the rise of organ trafficking, including poverty, lack of education, inadequate healthcare system, and weak law enforcement, especially in regions where individuals may face significant financial hardship, there must be more suspect offers for quick money in exchange for an organ. Additionally, the demand for organs both for transport and illegal markets outpace legitimate supply, incentivizing traffickers to exploit vulnerable populations. And to your third question, in what measures can government take to combat human organ trafficking? Governments can implement several measures, including like this one, like strengthening legal frameworks to criminalize organ trafficking more effectively, enhancing law enforcement training to recognize and investigate trafficking activities. And to your fourth question, how can awareness and education help prevent organ trafficking? Awareness and education empower individuals with knowledge about the dangers of organ trafficking, helping them recognize communities about legal channels for organ donation and the ethical implication of trafficking. People can be better equipped to make informed decisions. Additionally, education can reduce the stigma associated with organ donation, encouraging more people with news, with information on what is happening around. And many people can be considered as registered donors, where you can donor out maybe a kidney to the less fortunate, like sort of. And for your fifth question, who are typically the victims of human organ trafficking and what are their circumstances? Okay, victims of human organ trafficking are often individuals from marginalized communities, including those living in poverty, especially those refugees or people facing dire economic circumstances, where people are told that when you sell your organ, maybe you'll get money, and then they are robbed because mostly trafficking is of fraud. Many victims may be coerced or misled into believing that they are donating their organs for legitimate medical reasons, or may sell them under the pressure of financial need, like just have said, and the lack of social protections and support systems. Yeah. And to your last question, what role do international organizations play in addressing human organ trafficking? International organizations play a crucial role in addressing human organ trafficking by fostering cooperation among citizens and even social. And like I've said, so thank you for your time. And my name is Victor Mukuria, a specialist in human trafficking.